Right, Dom here from Essential RC. We're down the flying field on what is an exceptionally windy day, but that doesn't put us off. I'm here with Trevor and Finn, and we've been sent the new, was it 1.4 metre?
Yeah.
1.4 metre F4U Corsair by our friends at FMS to try out, and I gave it to Trevor and Finn, and they've put it together. So it arrives in this nice box, right, Finn?
Yeah.
It's all. I think what's important with these products to make sure that all the components in the box, there's no risk of them getting damaged in transit. So did you find that it took you quite a while to get all the components out of the box?
Yeah, also I felt like I was going to forget something in the box, so yeah.
It can be like, you know what, that has happened to me. Sometimes they put stuff underneath and you have to make sure you get all the little packet of bolts. Sometimes they hide that away.
That's it. We checked the bin before anything went in there.
You did?
Yeah, just to make sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, before you chuck that box away. And then you laid out all the components on the table. Mum probably wasn't too happy about that, was she, Finn?
No.
She stood behind us.
Yeah, shooting you down.
I can feel that. So you did that, and then you put it together. How long did it take to put together?
So a couple of hours to actually assemble it, but Dad was messing around for like an hour or two to set it up with all the little bits and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was about 2 hours to put it together, and then just to be on the safe side, spent about an hour just making sure everything was right, like the centre of gravity and all the throws and that.
Yeah, and you set up on your radio.
Yeah.
And in terms of what you get in the box, how complete was it? Because I think you told me earlier that you had to put on the push rods for everything. You had to put the ball links on those and clip those in place, yes?
Yep. Yeah, so you had to put all the push rods on. That's what took the time, just getting those all the right length. So the central servos would be centralised, and then just setting up the rods, so we didn't have to have like loads of trim in to.
No, it's important, isn't it, to get everything mechanically centred, if at all possible, and then do it on your transmitter if you need to. Yeah,
just for the fine tuning.
And then, how about the stickers? Were they on the plane, or did you have to put those on?
They were already on the plane. The only stickers you had to put on were the stickers on the propeller.
There's stickers on the propeller, are there?
Yeah.
Shall I twist it round?
Well, I can there. Oh, okay.
That's the only stickers.
They're the only ones you had to put on, but otherwise it was all on there. So, wow, great. So, scale features on this. I mean, the most famous thing about the Corsair is the twist and turn retracts underneath, which we're going to see working.
Yeah, they were probably the coolest part, actually, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, the retracts are amazing.
And the rear wheel?
That turns.
Is that retractable, or is that fixed?
No, I thought it was retractable. It's not. It would be cool if it was, but.
I think it might be on the larger 1.7 metre version that I've got, just like the big P51.
It wouldn't surprise me.
All right, enough chit chat. Were you ready to go for the maiden flight?
I think so.
Yeah. Can I just add one thing which I also like about this model?
Yeah.
It came with the lights in the wings, which I thought was a nice little touch.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, so the wings light up.
Oh, on the wingtips?
Yeah. And it's got where the missiles are underneath, you can take those off, and it comes with a blanking plate, so if you want to fly it a bit more in a sporty manner,
yes,
you can take all that off and have a bit more fun with it, I'm
assuming. It's an insert into that mount to make sure it's still as streamlined as it was previously.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. Okay, so who's actually going to do the maiden flight? Have you flipped a coin? Oh.
Yeah, I don't think I get a choice in the matter.
Right, okay, Finn.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this, are you?
Yeah.
A little bit nervous?
A little bit.
Kids your age are never nervous about anything, I don't think. Not like us, me and Trev would be shaking in our boots. All right, let's get it in the air. Let's see how it flies.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Right, so we've just done a range test, which is important to do the first time, especially with a new receiver. What pack are we using in here?
Okay, can I say the brand?
Yeah, you can, absolutely.
So it's a 4 Max,
yeah.
It's a 4S, and it's 2,600 milliamp.
4S 2600, and that's from George.
Yeah, it's got a
4 Max. They're really good packs.
Yeah.
60C packs, we use them in everything.
So yeah, one of them.
Could we just take the lid off and show inside? before we take off. And of course we got the reflex gyro system in this as well, which we didn't mention. That's there.
It's there.
Can make it very easy to set up because you can just plug one cable into your. It's just S-bus. If your receiver supports it, one plug and it's done. You just set it up on your radio.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. Nothing else to say. Let's close it. Oh, I tell you what, we could show the landing gear working on the ground before we take off. You just want to stand it up on its wing trev, so.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good. Brilliant, love that. And the gear doors closing behind them as well. Alrighty, here we go. All ready?
Yeah, feeling brave.
It's a maiden flight, so we're not going to go crazy.
No.
Okay, you got your extra fuel tanks on there. This should be alright.
Hopefully longer flight times. Are you ready?
Okay.
All
Yeah,
set.
are you ready? I'm ready.
Let's do this. Okay, taking off. Ooh.
Up trim, yeah. How's that for up trim? Bit more.
It looks so good.
What about that? Bit more.
So they're just trimming out at the moment. I'm using the wireless mics, so I'm kind of hoping you can hear what father and son are saying to one another.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't crash it.
That's the main thing. So you needed to put in some up trim, is that right, Trev?
Yeah, so we just trimmed a bit of up. How does the rest of it feel? Does it feel like the ailerons and rudder and all feel quite neutral?
Yeah, maybe a bit more up, 1-2 more taps.
Okay. See more clips.
Right, so we'll just let Finn get a hang of it. It's blowing like 20 miles an hour. It's a little, not too gusty.
Did you say that's flying it without any sort of stabilisation or gyro?
So the
effect?
gyro's off at the moment, and you can notice it being bumped around a little bit.
Yeah. Did you?
Try the gyro?
Yeah. if you
Yeah,
go in a bit
try
of
gyro.
height, I think that's beginner mode. You've got it in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do a low pass in beginner mode.
Okay.
It was really smooth flying.
Is that in optimised mode now?
Well, that's beginner.
Yeah.
And do a low pass.
Oh, that's the beginner mode.
Yep.
How do you reckon that would feel if you were quite new to flying?
It feels quite good. It's almost doing rudder turns.
Oh, okay. Keeps it quite flat and level.
Okay, I'm putting
Yeah, it certainly won't let you roll inverted or do anything like that.
Okay,
It's
got it in.
optimised and it
Ah.
feels so much better in the wind.
So was that you trying to roll?
Or I can roll it fully now.
Oh, because you've got to tell me when you go into a different mode.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I'm in optimised.
You're in
and it
optimised
feels
mode
like
now.
I'm flying a massive plane.
Okay, that's good.
Feels so much smoother in the wind. I have all the controls that I would normally have.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's flying pretty great.
There is quite a strong crosswind at the moment.
Yeah.
It seems fine, doesn't it?
Yep. We got this thing.
You confident enough to fly it a little bit lower and give me a low pass, Finn?
Yep.
I'll do the sound effects.
That's perfect.
That sounds so good. Okay, I'm going to see if I can do a pass with a bit of flaps. See if I can get it a bit slower. The camera, a shot. Got to get those epic shots, man.
With the flaps, you need to tell me if it wants to raise or go down because I couldn't adjust the elevator settings so it keeps it level.
It wants to go down, that's fine.
So you're having to pull back a bit. Okay.
That's nice. Do you want to go down the far end and give us a fast pass?
Yep.
So flaps up and a fast pass, doesn't have to be too low. Pretty quick.
Yeah. Feels like a nice scale speed. It's definitely a good warbird to start with. This thing feels so good. But that gyro, the optimised mode, makes it feel so much better.
Yeah.
Like I can always take my hands off, like, okay, hands off. It wants to drop down a bit, but that's because of trim.
That's downwind as well, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but it didn't want to, it wasn't getting bumped around, it was just flying nice and level.
Okay, so you don't want it. You might need 2 or 3 attempts at landing. You might want to think about that earlier rather than later.
Okay, I'll do a pass and let down the gears when I'll bring it in
All right.
Okay.
for a maybe landing.
So the gears should come down now then.
Okay, gears.
Oh, look at that. How cool is that?
Okay, possible landing attempts coming right up.
All right. Take your time. Can't make a good landing from a bad approach, so don't feel like you have to get it right first time.
I think when it's on the ground, or when it's hits the ground, you might have to have a little bit of up to stop it nosing over.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Possibly.
Yeah, you've got to use power. Oh,
What a plane.
That's good.
beautiful! That was spectacular.
It's so
One little jump, one little hop, but otherwise brilliant.
It's so windy. Eh? Like most people wouldn't want to fly on a day like today,
No.
and to fly a Fame model in this wind is it's pretty good, really. It says a lot
Well,
for the
it's,
plane.
one, it's brave of you to do it, and 2, I think credit to the reflex gyro system in that optimised mode. It just takes all the bumps and lumps out of the effect of the wind, doesn't it?
Yeah, I reckon even, I think I'm just going to keep the switch down in that position in the that optimised mode, because that was just flew awesome.
Brilliant.
Felt like it was like 10 times the size, no wind, and it was just so nice to fly.
Yep. Good to hear. All right, so that's the 1.4 metre F4U Corsair from our friends at FMS. I think he liked that. He's got a big smile on his face, and Trevor's happy. Maybe even Trevor will get a go now.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Maybe
We
not
shall
today.
see. Yeah, hopefully.
We'll be back for a second video. We'll fly it again on a smoother day, a calmer day, and see if we can do some aerobatics with it, right, Finn?
Yeah.
Great, okay, thanks guys. Back soon, everybody, on Essential RC. Cheers. That's nice. Do you want to go down the far end and give us a fast pass? So flaps up and a fast pass, doesn't have to be too low. Pretty quick.